All right, we're live.
And
No, we don't do the live in. We just start going.
oh,
I just want to be the first to wish you a happy Black History Month, Sai.
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
So I expect you the other 11 months of the year to wish me a happy White History Month.
Of course, I thought it was
Hey there.
understood.
Hey there, kiddos. Looks like you found your dad's anime stash, and we're going to be doing something a little different this week. We're not going to be talking about anime at all. Um, Me and your dad, Sai, have been reading a book together. So we're going to talk about that. But we need to talk a little bit about history first. Sai, what are we talking about this week?
Ranger rejects.
Ranger
The
Rejects is a manga.
manga.
Manga is Japanese for comic book, I believe.
Something like
but
that.
but to explain that, we need to do a little bit of history. All right, Sai, are you on board for a history lesson?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So starting in about 1911 all the way to 1965, the two fucking dumbest generations of people to ever live were born, right?
Okay.
The greatest generation of the baby boomers. They're not all that important except for the fact that in 1980, they were stupid enough to vote for Reagan. Okay.
hmm
The worst president in the history of the United States. The reason Reagan is important to this was because in 1980 he was elected to office, and the first thing he did was decide that children are a viable source for predatory advertising. Okay.
hmm
And I know what you're thinking. What the hell are you talking about, Josh? Well, the reason that's important is because without Reagan deregulating advertising to children, we would have never seen Power Rangers. Because obviously in 1975 the Super Sentai
Well,
series began, right?
I'm getting what you're picking up because it was literally just for cartoons,
Yeah, so
for
it was
comic books, not
Himatatsu
for
Sentai
cartoons.
Go Rangers, right? It,
For toys.
yes, exactly. So it wasn't just toys, it was sugary cereals, it was
Well, no, I'm saying like
anything. It
the
was bad for
Rangers
you.
were promoting for.
Right. So we in 1980 Reagan deregulates that, but in 1975 Hitatsu Sentai Go Ranger came out in Japan, right?
hmm
So the reason that's important is that was the first Sentai series. Sentai is pivotal to what we're talking about today, as the manga we read is a Sentai book with a really good twist. A twist that's so good that I have not been able to put it down for the past week since Sai said I have to read it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's really
So
good. I like it.
it's so good.
Is
So
it
we
qualified
flash
as
forward
shonen? Is it a
to
shonen?
it's a shonen. I mean, it's a battle anime.
Yeah.
Flash forward to
So
1992 when Kuraiku Sentai Zoo Ranger comes out. We got our friends Ham Saban and Skulky Levy. They're like, hey, we can buy the rights to this and air it in the United States. And the Sentai people are like, of course, go do that. We'll sell you the rights super cheap because they make more money. And also no one else wants the rights because it's a terrible idea. It's 1992, 1993. No one's watching anime, right? Sai, you're not even born yet.
in what year?
1993.
I was born.
You were just born.
I was born a year before.
You were born in 1992. You were born February 21st, 1992.
April
Okay.
4th.
I don't need your negativity right now. Okay. I need a history lesson.
Okay.
So anyway, they sell them the rights, but Ham Saban has a little twist on it. They're going to not tell people it's Japanese. They're just going to use the battle footage, pop a couple of American teenager in there, Bob's your uncle. There we go. We got the biggest TV series for children to date. Power Rangers comes out. Power Rangers is very pivotal to this because if not for Power Rangers, we probably wouldn't care that much about Sentai.
Probably not.
Would you agree?
Yeah, of course.
So,
but I mean, Kamen Rider was really popular in America. I'm joking.
Yeah, I mean,
Ultraman too.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, I like
Ultraman is China.
So a lot happens with this Power Ranger stuff. A lot of bad stuff, to be honest. It's interesting. A lot of the Power Rangers now, the people who are in the original Power Rangers will do a convention over the weekends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do an anime convention, something like that. A lot of them will make more in that weekend than they did the entire time filming Power Rangers.
Of course.
That is insane to think
about. They weren't, what do you call that?
SAG.
Union? Yeah, they weren't union.
They were getting paid like $100 an episode, which is insane to be the most popular man pretending to be a teenager and making $100 an episode.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
So anyway, all of that happens, right? And then nothing else happens for a long time in the world. Would you agree?
Yep.
Yeah, nothing else that matters until Ranger Rejects comes out.
Okay.
All right. So that's our history lesson. That's how we got here today.
Makes sense. It sounds right. Sounds factual.
Right. So the Rangers are good guys, right?
Yes. Of course.
Okay. You've traditionally known the Rangers to be good guys. Occasionally they'll turn bad. Occasionally there's bad sets of Rangers. Sometimes they're Psycho Rangers. That
sometimes they're dollar store costumes of Rangers.
Are you talking about the Lord Zed ones? My God, what was that? Like, did they really think? So
they just had their eyes cut out, and it wasn't even cut out good.
Did you know that was supposed to be originally those evil Rangers were supposed to be bigger to the plot, but they were so horrible that they cut it out?
They didn't have money for costumes, apparently.
I just don't get it.
I feel like they could have just used because that was like what, season 2 or 3. They could have used just the old costumes.
That would have been good, but they were probably using the old costumes.
But then they wouldn't have had fight scenes.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't have. There had to be something in there. There had to be something,
They did their own fight scenes. Man, that was so crazy.
A lot, that's another thing. A lot of those fight scenes were just done without permits in the middle of crowded areas or deserts. So more trouble with the Power Rangers. But we're not going to talk about Power Rangers the whole time. We're going to talk about Dragon Keepers, who are the pivotal
Rangers
protagonists, supposedly, in our series today, the Ranger Rejects. So Ranger Rejects takes place modern day, the future, sometime, right? Yeah. And the Rangers, the Dragon Keepers. Well, the story starts 13 years before modern day. Good enough. I don't know what all that beeping's about, but tell
I have no idea either.
13 years ago, a floating island, which is a ship, shows up on Earth, and these monsters start attacking people. And the monsters are called executives. They are the bad guys. They are the leaders. But the Dragon Keepers are created with their celestial weapons, and they can defeat them. And they do. All the executives are defeated. and all that remains is foot soldiers. So the Rangers make a deal with the foot soldiers, the dusters as they're called, and they tell them, here's the deal. We'll let you stay alive if every Sunday you pretend to be an executive and you come down to Earth and fight us to keep up appearances.
Mm-hmm.
And I know what you're thinking, Sai. Whatever. That's not that bad. You know, I've heard of people doing worse things. Well, the Rangers aren't good guys. You'll find out.
Not at all. What the?
So eventually, you'll find out some of the dusters didn't agree with this and they took off right away. Others stayed and kept up the charade. But one of them gets over it. After 13 years, our hero, Foot Soldier D, decides that he's going to put an end to this. And how is he going to end it? He's going to destroy the Rangers, and eventually he decides he's going to destroy everyone in power so the foot soldiers can live peacefully. The humans are there, whatever. He's fine with that. But as long as no one's wielding power over anyone else. So, Foot Soldier D is a hero. Any arguments with that?
No, he's definitely a hero.
He's a hero? Do you think there are any other heroes?
I mean, I'm kind of tempted to say that pink is she pink?
She's pink.
The pink first class ranger, junior first class would kind of fit into hero-ish.
Okay.
Anti-hero-ish. She's
definitely more of an anti-hero.
Yeah.
So Sai, I'm a little bit further than you. Tell me where you're at so far.
I am.
And then I'll spoil the rest for you.
That's fine. I don't care. I am at the part where he's fighting one of the blue keeper, I think it's the third class. No, he might be junior third class or fourth class, but it's the dude when they're in the forest and he meets Hibiki or whatever. And Hibiki,
Sakurama.
Yeah. And I finished the chapter where he just was like talking about his family.
So you haven't even gotten to the plot yet. You haven't met the rejects.
No.
It takes a while to get there.
I didn't know there were rejects. Well, I guess
it's called Ranger. Is it called Ranger Rejects or Ranger Reject?
It's rejects. There's like 3 different names. There's the Japanese name. There's Go-Go Loser Ranger. There's Ranger Rejects.
Dragon Keepers. Yeah. All right. So Sakurama is the one who convinced him to try to become a ranger in the first place.
Yeah, there was that girl and him too, right?
I can't recall her name. I know you're talking about.
But it was when he was like, yeah, that whole scene was like confusing because they did the backstory, and did he like showed
You're
him?
Talking about at the very beginning?
Yeah.
So yeah, at the very beginning, he comes down to Earth. So something we should talk about is the foot soldiers can disguise themselves as humans, which is very pivotal to the plot. Yes. Foot Soldier D's main ability is that he is very good at disguising himself as humans. As
people. Yeah. They say they all can transform, and they each have different levels of control over how they can do it or something like that. Like right. Some people do things, like I guess animals better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some do better than others. Some people can transform into a flower pot for 3 days. Some people can transform into Sakurama for the remainder of the comic. It's all what they practice.
Yeah. And one dude can turn into a tiger that turns into a truck.
A tiger truck. That's a very good. Don't laugh at Tiger Truck, man. I thought he might have had it.
I like Tiger Truck. He was dope. He was like, we need something better than this. Truck.
I like that the foot soldiers are all stupid, but they're all like, yeah,
Oh,
that's a great idea.
they're dumb. They are dumb wussies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the foot soldiers are extremely breakable. Like so much so that if foot soldier D gets hit once, he'll lose the fight. So his whole point is he makes sure not to get hit.
Well, yeah, because if they hit him with the divine tool, then he's fucked.
Right, but if he also gets punched in the face, he's fucked. But they're immortal, so they can always pull themselves back together unless they get hit with a divine tool.
Yeah, they turn into dust and either go where the wind is blowing or they go back to the palace. I didn't quite understand why that.
So dusters is what they're called
No,
because they
I
turn
get
into
that,
dust. So
but I didn't
the
understand
ones
why the wind just take some and they don't go to the.
if they're hit with a divine weapon, anything from the divine weapon, they just.
Oh,
And
okay.
what you learn later is the divine weapons aren't. It's like so. Oh my god, fucking. So the Blue Keeper
Mhm.
is this massive piece of shit,
Oh,
but
he looks
you
so
learn
cool though.
from
That's the
him.
one with the fangs, right?
He's the one with the fangs and the scars all over his face. You learn from him that the divine weapons don't just. It's not just a weapon; it gives you abilities.
Yeah, I kind of figured that because
So, like
the guy he's
with
fighting right now is all goopy.
the poison, yeah, the
Yeah,
gooey,
yeah. Okay,
and
that's
you learn
poison. I thought it was like acid or something.
that's what it is. It's I
Oh,
think
same,
acid is
same,
poison
same.
though, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess. Fair enough. In Pokemon, it is.
Can we just agree
Yeah,
that
it's fine.
acid is poisonous and we
Yep.
shouldn't eat it?
Yeah. Oh no, definitely shouldn't eat it.
So
But
you get the abilities such as you can create a big giant head that flies around, or little fish that fly around,
I feel
or
like the
shoot
big
big
giant
laser
head
beams.
was something that's gonna show up.
It's definitely going to show up. This is foreshadowing.
Okay,
So, as we pointed out, there are going to be spoilers. I do plan on spoiling this for Sai.
that's fine.
So, you're about at the point where he takes over Sakurama's life.
Yes.
Okay,
And Sakurama's the
Sakurama's
guy that he met, right?
yes. You find out
Okay, so
Sakurama's known all along that he's a foot soldier, but he convinced him to join anyway.
yeah, and it's just he has black hair,
Right.
Keeper
So
D or whatever.
Sakurama agrees with him that the ranger structure needs to fall down. Sakurama's plan is to rebuild the structure as they go, whereas Foot Soldier's D plan is to destroy everything he can get his hands on.
Yes.
But do you know why Sakurama is so against the structure?
I think it has something to do with his sister. I couldn't quite tell what happened because I was kind of speed reading the last parts of that chapter. But somebody weird popped up and something happened.
So no, his sister is the Pink Keeper,
Oh, okay.
but she's in a wheelchair from a battle. But whenever she uses the divine tools, she can walk again.
Hmm.
Yeah. Uh, but
Didn't see that
what
one
nobody
coming.
knows. Yeah. The other thing you didn't see coming is that Sakurama has a foot soldier named Exus living in his closet. Yep. So she's lived there for the past 13 years,
It's a
and
she.
is a she. She has long hair, and she turns into a girl. She she's lived there for like 13 years with him, and she is waiting for a an executive to come back.
Okay. Thought they were all dead.
Well, so did I, but
I
you're
guess
wrong.
not. I mean,
Yeah,
that's writing, I guess.
that's writing for you.
Hey, that's pretty cool. Kind of blew
So
my
you
fucking mind.
think it's good. It's so good when the executive comes back because he looks like kind of a tree guy, and then he turns into an actual tree, and then he has a bunch of fruit from the tree that falls and becomes a bunch of cloned bodies of him.
I mean, that's not weirder than anything in Power
It's not
Rangers.
weird. It's good ability. It makes a good
No, I don't.
makes it
I
for a
mean,
good fight.
it's not weirder than anything in Power Rangers. So
Well, I mean, there was some normal stuff in Power Rangers. Remember that time they went to prom?
yes, I think.
That was normal enough.
I mean, yeah, they did normal things. I wish there was a Bulk and Skull in this. There's no Bulk or Skull. I guess the
Um,
Duster.
yeah, I think they take care of that on this.
I guess the Dusters themselves. Yeah, they blew up that other Duster when he was just looking for D. Kind of sucked.
Yeah.
I kind of felt bad for that guy.
Well, that's because the Rangers are shit.
Oh, they're
They're
like when he
yeah.
punched the Red Raid.
I was gonna say, talk about Red Ranger. Talk about the Red Keeper.
Well, he
So the
was like,
Red Keeper loses his divine tool.
yeah, and the what is it? The junior first class was like, yeah, one day I'll be the Ranger first class, and apparently he got butthurt about it, and he just punches, I guess, his face off. I
He
couldn't
punches
tell.
his face off.
I
Yes.
couldn't tell if he put like you just see the wall with blood splattered, and you couldn't see where his face was. So I was like, I don't know if he killed him or if he just punched him really hard. I
He
was
doesn't
under
kill
this
him.
okay.
But
I was
yeah,
under, he got mad.
he
He picked the
got
wrong
mad
time.
at someone questioning his authority. He does
He
not like that.
and I mean, Panda guy died. I think. Oh no, he definitely died. He
Panda
exploded.
guy's alive.
What? He
Yeah.
survived that explosion?
Yeah.
Oh, that
So what you
sucks.
find out later is all the junior first class, or JFCs as they call them, have imitation divine weapons that give
Yeah,
them abilities. As you've already seen with Gooey Guy.
yeah. He has a cool type. Do they all have the same? Like, is all the Blue Rangers scythes?
Hmm.
Okay, that
Yeah.
sucks. Damn, that's fucking punched his fucking face in.
He did punch his fucking face in.
So cool. Yeah, once I saw that, I was like, yeah, I'm in for the long run. It's gonna be super fun.
It has its moments of fun. It has its moments that aren't as fun.
Yeah.
Man, I'm excited for the anime because I'd like to see some of these fight scenes.
Yes, I want to see the Tiger truck.
Tiger
I
Truck.
really, I really
I
want to
feel
see
like
that.
I feel like if they're gonna skip anything, it's gonna be Tiger Truck.
I don't
Unfortunately,
think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna skip Tiger Truck though.
I hope they don't.
I don't think so.
I hope
The
they find
city's
a way to
called
keep.
Milky Way City, by the way. It's the fucking
It's, no, it's a beautiful name. I hope they find a
Milky.
way to keep shoehorning Tiger Truck in all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see them. So there can't be that many Dusters left.
No, there's not, because
I was
they
about to
all
say
kind
because I
of float
think
away.
I was thinking F is the last one we see. Well, the highest one I think we saw from A to F, and he died.
Yeah, but there could be more.
Yeah, I mean X's.
Well, X's was named. She wasn't named with
X's.
them.
Oh yeah,
X's.
that's right. Yeah, that's right. They named themselves.
They named
Uh,
themselves, but
they didn't have names,
the
so they were like, "What's our name?" A B C.
the executive named her X's because all the other foot soldiers were naming themselves.
Okay.
She's a very good foot soldier. She's all about it.
I mean, D seems to be all about it as well.
I what? No.
All about what?
She's all no, X's is all about foot soldiering. D is all about making a place for the foot soldiers to live in peace.
I mean, both want to fight the Rangers.
It's not the same thing. Like if he
Okay.
didn't have to fight the Rangers, he wouldn't.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, fair enough, I guess.
Man. Oh, it's so good. So they have this exam called the Baylong exam, right? Where they're They take
to
it's
be a ranger, I guess, right?
yeah.
Like to be
It's
become an independent ranger.
yeah, you go from being a colorless to being a colored person. That's a horrible way to say that. Go from being a colorless to picking a color. So
From you go from having 11 months out of the year to having one.
yeah, that's
Is that what you
exactly
mean?
it.
Oh,
But the
and the
Baylong
shortest one.
exams are all it is the shortest one. Even when it gets that extra day, it's still the shortest one. The Baylong exams are like a trick because what they do is they pick two people to be each color and tell them they're a team, but then they find out that they're not actually a team. That
Oh,
one person from each color passes.
so there's only how many people are in it?
10.
10. Okay. Okay, so there's two red. Okay,
Two red,
and
two blue, two
only 5.
green, etc.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that
And
makes
only 5
sense.
of them will pass because they have to get what they're doing is they're fighting the junior first class who are pretending to be invaders, and they have to get a key from each of them.
And the actual invader is that's fucking
Well, while they're doing the exam, that's when the executive shows up to get Exus, and it's in the same building. So
should have
shit
waited a
goes
day.
crazy, man.
He should have waited a day.
No, that was all part of the chaos.
He should have waited a day.
So
Everyone
during the
probably wouldn't have
fight,
been there.
they have are you familiar with the Ranger tool yet?
That's not. Is that different from the divine tool?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's basically a little stick that can turn into either a gun or a knife.
Okay.
So like you remember the Power Rangers thing they
Yeah,
had
it's
in the belt
the
buckle? It's that same kind of thing.
yeah.
But someone on Sakurama's team figures out a way to use it as like a lightsaber. So his team starts doing that to get all the keys from the other team. They're trying to get all the keys from the other team. And man, there is a really good fight during this.
Wait, so it turns into a sword and a gun.
It turns into either a knife or a gun,
A
or you can
knife.
turn it into like, yeah, it's small.
Okay, and then he turns it into a light. Okay.
It's like a
Oh.
lightsaber thing. It's
Oh.
more like Kuwabara's spirit sword.
Okay. He's
Remember when
basically
Kuwabara?
shooting the fire. He's shooting the laser from the gun while
You
it's
can
a
shoot a
dagger.
laser from the gun, but using it in the other way, they call it burst mode, is a lot more powerful.
Okay.
And they really start
Yeah, I'm
fucking
gonna have
going
to
at each
read a
other
lot.
with that.
I'm gonna have to catch up. Yep. It's fucking good.
But while they're doing that, the executive is wreaking havoc and killing people, trying to find his way out. And all the junior first class are fighting him, but they're not doing so great. But then the blue keeper shows up.
Oh Lord, that guy seems unhinged.
He is so fucking unhinged when they go into his backstory. That's when I was like, I sent you a message. I was like, fuck the blue keeper.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like the red keeper is worse than him though.
The red keeper is probably the worst, but I don't know that yet. All I know about the blue keeper.
Yeah, I know. I mean, crazy. Their helmets are really cool though. I like their helmets.
I like their design. It's really good.
I don't think we've seen any helmets that cool in Power Rangers.
The Green Ranger helmet.
Yeah, because it has the gold.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Maybe uh the Gold Ranger in Zeo.
Yeah. He wasn't really a ranger though, so
Tramp Triforce is definitely a ranger, bro.
he was not a Power Ranger. He was a completely different thing. He was
a Triforian ranger.
He was a Triforian Ranger, yeah. But I guess you can call him a Power Ranger if you want. I don't care if people call Frankenstein's monster, so I don't know why I'd care about this.
I call Magna Defender a Power Ranger, so
Do you call him Frankenstein's monster?
I mean, sometimes.
Do you call Frankenstein a Power Ranger?
I mean, he's a meat Power Ranger.
I like it.
Yeah,
We're gonna call him the Meat Ranger.
that's exactly what he is. Oh, Doggy Kruger had a cool helmet too, though.
You and that dog, man. You were obsessed with that dude.
Doggy Kruger's cool. He had a cool story.
Magnet Defender had a tough story, man.
Yeah,
Did you
he
ever see
did.
that?
Oh,
Where
it
his
was
kid got killed and he had to watch?
yeah, and then he took
Gee.
over that dead guy's body.
Like, this is a kid's show.
Yeah, it was rough. I watched that one when it was coming out.
And you were like, oh, I'm traumatized now.
No, I was like, oh man, I love the Magnet Defender. I had a Magnet Defender toy.
Were you glad his kid was dead?
No, I don't think so. I don't recall. I don't want to say no. I don't. I might have been. I might have been like, cool. I could be his kid now.
Oh, that's sounds like a bad job. Sounds too risky.
I mean, yeah, he had a cool. I fucking missed Magnet Defender.
Well, you know,
And what was the robot? The the cop. It looked like a cop robot. I know you know what I'm talking about.
oh, the Centaurian.
Yeah, Blue Centurion.
Yeah, no, that's
He was
not for me.
lame.
I
He
was
lame.
pretty checked out by Turbo.
But you remember
But
Magnet Defender?
yeah, well, I'd watched a little bit more later.
You checked out and checked back in. Okay.
Magnet
Oh,
Defender was kind of important.
Blue Centurion was weird.
Who else was weird? Was Ninjor.
Yeah, he was really weird.
Why did his voice sound like else?
It's-
It was a choice they made, but like, here's the thing. Typically, I like when in cartoonish things when they're voice acting and they do crazy things like in Edamon. You know,
Mhm.
he didn't have to be an Elvis impersonator, but he did it, and he did it for us.
He did have to be. I think he did have to be.
We wouldn't remember him today and love him like we do if he didn't.
No, the
Like
Phantom Ranger. That was his name.
Phantom Ranger. Yeah,
I liked him too.
I always thought the chick who played Divatox was hot. But
Thought she
what was I
weird.
saying?
I mean, she had a
Was it
weird
important?
nephew.
Yeah.
No,
Rita had a
was it-
weird brother. What do you want?
Fucking Rito was awesome.
Rito?
I
What
like
about Master
Rito.
Vile? Master Vile was awful.
Master Vile. Is that
Rita, her dad.
okay? Yeah, he was pretty awful.
He was pretty
I
awful. He
liked.
kind of ruined the series.
I liked that in Power Rangers. What was it called? The big Zord that Zed had. It was in Forever Red.
The
The one that ran on AAA batteries. Because it never, it always would run out of
Serpentera.
power. Serpentera. Yeah, Serpentera ran on AAA batteries.
How did it run on AAA batteries?
Because it would always run out of power.
It would have to. Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about a toy. Gotcha.
No.
Yeah,
My back.
it was powering up too, and then it was just like, nope. Like, dude, this happened 4 times.
It happened a lot, and they could have won a lot of times, but Serpentera ran out of batteries.
Lord Zed was scary, man.
Yeah, he was. Fucking fleshless man. And then he got hitched.
He did
And
get
then
hitched,
and then he got a trailer. Yeah, I guess Power Rangers was weird.
yeah, it was. They were trying to make it like super scary, and then they had to tone him down a lot, and their way of doing that was getting him married.
Yeah, I mean, Rito. I remember when Bulk and Skull had a pet, Rito, and
Yeah,
Cobra.
he
That was fun.
he lived. Yeah, they lived in their
In
garage,
his in the garage,
and they were just chilling. Man, everything was so cool for them.
like exes.
Like exes, yeah, that's probably where they got the inspiration.
They take a lot of stuff from Power Rangers,
Yeah,
and just and just battle anime.
well, I mean, you're not gonna find anything new. Battle
No,
anime
but
is
they do it very so like not badly. Not they do it great. I don't know. It's I want to say they subvert, but I don't think they do.
no, they don't subvert. But the thing is, it's hard to take anything old without getting criticized, but you can always add a new spin to it.
Oh yeah, okay. So I was just thinking about this, like because I was watching not Redo of a Healer, the new Healer show that came out that we talked about.
Yeah,
The
whatever.
wrong way to use healing magic. It's actually kind of funny.
Sure, it is.
It's actually better than it sounded. It was
It would have to
actually
be.
yeah. I mean yeah, but it was a D or a C. It's trash. But fuck, where was I going with that? But oh, okay. So in the book, they were doing it. The real Sakurama's backstory, and there's a panel and where D's like, "Oh, look, a cloud," and I was like, oh, and he was like, "Man, I get it. I know you. Just bear with me. You have to go through this flashback." And I was like, "Josh
There's
probably like that."
I did like that. And there's another part later where he's trying to when it's the 5 versus 5 thing and he's trying to recruit someone else for a team and the person's like just laying on the ground depressed and stuff. And he's like, get up, you have to be on my team. And the guy's like, you don't understand. This other guy's been my friend our whole life. I remember back in 5th grade, and he says, shut up. We don't have time for a flashback. Get up. I don't want to hear anything.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Like he does. Like yeah, he breaks the fourth wall without breaking the fourth wall. In a way, it's not as obvious as like Deadpool.
Yeah. I hate Deadpool.
Fucking,
That's a
I
different thing,
don't.
though.
I like Deadpool. I
It's too
said
much. It's like I'm
it's,
I'm not against breaking the fourth wall every once and again, but when that's your main character trait,
no.
I'm not
I
for it.
like Deadpool. Deadpool. eh, Deadpool Cable and Deadpool comic book. That was a really good run.
Yeah, but it was more grounded because Cable wasn't
Yeah,
constantly cracking a joke.
yeah.
Right.
That's why I like Deadpool. Man, I don't know. Fucking. So does he actually? So does he still only have the red divine tool?
He doesn't have it. She does.
Well, yeah, I know he gave it to her, but
Well,
is that the only one that's still stolen?
where I'm at, he also has the blue divine tool.
Oh, well, yeah.
He kills the blue keeper. I was a bit
Oh,
more shocked from that.
oh. I mean,
Blue keeper's a piece of shit.
I imagine it's not the helmet that makes him have the fangs.
Mm. No, it's just the fact that he has fangs sometimes.
Oh, okay. So it's
Blue
not.
Blue has it coming.
I mean, I imagine. You
But
said fuck
his
the
whole
blue keeper.
backstory was basically to show that Red's the real bad guy.
Oh, okay.
Red's the bad guy.
I mean,
But that Red's
yeah,
the leader, so
yeah. I can't wait till they do the Six Ranger thing.
you think they're gonna?
No, they might.
They could though.
Yeah, I think how many? I was just looking at the.
It's got
I think it.
125 issues out.
I think it started in like 21.
Man, but really, made me
Yeah,
happy
it
was
started February 21. So,
yeah,
and it's still ongoing. So,
2 years ago. Hopefully,
yeah.
it goes on forever. Well, it really made me happy when the executive showed up and Foot Soldier D decided that he's got to kill all the executives too.
What?
It's like I'm in, man, 100%. Okay,
I
he
didn't
has a
see that one.
goal. He keeps telling himself that he's like this evil guy who's just there for world domination, but he's not. He's
I
just
don't
there for the
see
foot soldiers.
why the foot soldiers don't just transform into like humans and live their life. Because there's nothing that they can, like, the keepers can't track them off like an energy signature or anything.
No, that's a
So
good call.
they could just leave.
Well, they're afraid that they'll get tracked down.
Yeah, I mean, but for D, I
They're
mean,
less
yeah,
afraid.
I guess he has to convince. I mean, it makes sense. I guess he has to convince them that it's okay to do that. Because when Blue Keeper goes to the palace and just like, hey, you guys are now under new management again, and these are your
Yeah.
new overlords. They're like,
Yeah, and
okay,
they leave the juniors there.
yeah, yeah, there's a lot going on.
It does have a lot going on. I told you it's like Shrek. It's got
It is,
layers.
yeah. And I said, like, right, the first junior first class ranger, he had a lot of layers too. We saw all of those.
You didn't see any of the layers.
I mean, you saw a little bit of it. You saw the blood. It
Yeah,
was
but it was
layered
all
on the
kind
wall.
of it's black and white, so maybe it
Yeah,
wasn't blood.
but it reads really well. Like
It does read very well.
I haven't had any trouble like following what's going
I've
on for
only
the
had
most part.
trouble following when there's multiple rangers talking.
I was talking about like the action fight, the action
Yeah,
like
I'm with
visually.
you.
Like I
But
can kind of see what's going on. Like the blocking and stuff is good. It's
yeah,
not
it is
too
good.
overdone.
But it does get tough to follow who's
Yeah.
who
Oh
when,
yeah.
they're all drawn, they're all wearing the same thing.
And they're all
Plus,
black and white.
you got to really pay attention to the helmets.
Yeah, and they're all black and white. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
They
I
should
mean,
have
Power
like a
Rangers is pretty based on color.
yeah. I mean, I noticed today because I was just like scrolling through the first 5 chapters just to see, because I thought Mark was going to be here, and I figured he'd only read the first 5 if he read.
Any of it.
Yeah. But they actually put like a little D on his shoulder. I was like, oh, I never noticed that the first time. Like when he's in
I
his
need to
foot
look at
soldier
that.
guard. Yeah, like they actually have a D on it
Oh, yeah.
when he's
Well,
fighting. So
basically, there's only 2 foot soldiers we hear about now, and
I
one
mean,
has
yeah,
hair.
the other ones were shit. I mean, they were.
Yeah.
It took them a while to come up with Tiger Truck.
Tiger Truck. But the thing is, man, good ideas take time.
I mean, yeah, they do. They were workshopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's overall good. I'm really excited for the anime.
Yeah, me too. I'm nervous though that it's gonna pull that bullshit where instead of fights we have backstory.
I mean, I don't. It could. I mean, it always could do that, which is
But it's
weird.
so popular now.
Yeah, but I was watching Solo Leveling today, the 4th episode.
You're still watching that.
Of course, there's nothing else to watch really. I mean, it looks
What about
cool.
Tales of Wedding Rings?
I'm caught up on that.
Oh, okay. Bit
So
too.
so he's fighting, and he's fighting like some wolves, and then they do a backstory of like a flashback, but the flashback is just the things we've already seen in the first 3 episodes. And I was like, could have dealt without that. I kind of felt like Josh at that moment. I was like, I could have, like, I remember. But I mean, I understand also it's weekly. Like, Dragon Ball Z had the last time on Dragon Ball Z. I mean,
Yeah,
I
that was
get it.
helpful.
It's for kids. Kids have short attention spans. They're dumb. I don't know why all these people are like, oh, we need to treat kids like they're smarter than they are. They're dumb. They need it. I need it sometimes. Usually at
Yeah,
the end of us. Usually it's for the first episode of the next
and
season.
I'm with it. Like, it's like if you're watching a long running show, sometimes you need to be reminded of what happened 5 seasons ago.
Yeah. But no, not like when it's episode 4.
Not 3 episodes.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not. That was crazy. I don't know, man. I think it did you watch the trailer?
Yeah,
The trailer's good though. It looks really
it
good.
really does look good.
Uh,
Everything
but-
about it looks good. I'm stoked
yeah.
for it. I'm
Yeah.
happy. I'm happy it's happening. When is that?
It's sometime this year. I don't know when. I'm not sure. I was hoping it was going to be the beginning, the winter, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
and
I was saying it's 2024.
So it's probably going to be towards the end. Spring. Oh, your favorite show comes out in the spring, though.
What?
Demon Slayer.
Oh man.
And it's probably the worst arc too, as well.
Is it what? Any arc?
No, it's probably the worst one out of Demon Slayer. It's the Hashira training arc.
Oh man. Wait, I mean, is that like he's training to be a Hashira, or it's just
Yeah.
Rengoku?
It's not Rengoku's dead.
I know, but the only episode I liked was the one that was all about Rengoku.
Yeah, no, it's him training to become a.
He's training to be a Hashira?
Yes.
He's so shit though.
Yes.
Did he already fuck his sister?
No, not yet. I don't think.
All right. I think we covered everything we need to tonight from that to this.
Yeah, we did about an hour.
We're not gonna grade it because it's manga. We'll save that for the anime.
Yeah.
But we all love it. Do you wanna talk about what we're doing next week?
Quiz show.
No.
I thought that was next week. Is it more? What did we? Ranger Rejects.
We're watching Tanaka-kun is always listless.
Shit. I started watching the first episode and I was like, no.
Dude, I got 5 minutes into it and I was like, no. But
I didn't get that
to be
far.
fair, that's how I felt about Symphogears. And then I ended up liking that. So I'm going to give it another run.
Yeah, I know, but I just wasn't in the mood to watch. I haven't really watched anything this week.
Yeah, me either. I've just been reading.
I hadn't been doing that. I hadn't done anything.
So next week, we're going to watch Tanaka-kun is always listless. And then the week after, we're going to do a quiz show because Sai wants to. So
and
anyone
I'm
who
not
wants to be on the
doing
quiz show, just let us know. You're invited. I'll be doing the quiz, so it's probably going to be the best one we've ever done.
Okay. I believe you.
Well, I'm just going to steal questions from you.
Okay.
All right.
Good luck.
Then we'll just end the show. We'll just click stop, and then we'll end.
Stop.
Abruptly.
Yes.